4, 3.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Stories from the Unbound Shores. Where we last left off, the group had been in the middle of a conflict with what they later learned to be another adventuring slash mercenary group that had sought their caravan out.
You mean assassins?
You could call them that too. I mean, that's just another type of mercenary contract.
Yep.
We are assassins.
I don't think we've been hired to kill anybody, though.
I mean, you did get paid for dealing with Atlas.
He's definitely dead.
Yeah, but he was kind of already dead. We just had to help him finish it.
He was undead.
I'm sorry, we had to help him finish?
I hate you.
Anyways, upon having sent two of the enemy numbers to a gravity-induced end, and knocking out the remaining two, or knocking out. So, and then having a conversation with the ones, left breathing. They found that not the whole group was quite on the same page, and so sent the remaining two on their way after some negotiations, and investigated. Let me back up. After sending each other away, they started to settle down for camp. At which point, Nightmare had informed the group of spotting a strange figure in what the players would recognize as modern clothing down near one of the bodies on the rocks below. Upon investigating that, he disappeared after specifically looking at them while they were in the ethereal plane. But while they were down there, the party took the opportunity to, specifically Roland and Aurelion took the opportunity to investigate the body that was there, while Malasari didn't want to wait to set up the tiny hut, and so started doing so while they were off investigating. When they investigated the cleric's body, after some very diligent inspection of it, found a holy symbol of Vecna hidden on the inside of a shield underneath a wrap. And I think that sums it up.
Woo! We searched the body, and then I think it got tossed in the river because it's not here anymore.
I know the shield did.
That's right, the shield did get hucked.
I think the shield did, but I don't know if the body did.
Skipped it like a stone.
Aurelion, if anyone put it in the river, it was you. Did you put the body in the river?
I think I did. I think I rolled it into the river.
I have vague recollections of this,
Yeah,
and the
sounds
body's
vaguely
not here,
familiar.
so...
Kicked it into the river or something
I know
like
the
that.
shield was frisbeed into the river. I literally wrote that in my notes. And rolling the body into the river sounds vaguely familiar too.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, and the body's not here, so that body was...
Yeah, because I searched
off.
it for stuff, and then I think I just got rid of it.
There were also a few items that were not that had yet to be identified, but I did give the names of in the session just so I wouldn't forget them, which was good because I have in fact forgot what I gave you.
I have a spell shard.
That one I do remember. And I really hope I didn't delete that character sheet, because I forgot to go and look at the rest of the spells that I had it prepare. Or not prepare, but no. I'm gonna go find out. That said, the two of you are at the bottom of a canyon. What would you like to do about that?
I'm gonna need the circumstance repeated.
You and Aurelion are at the bottom of a canyon.
That I know.
What would you like to do?
Oh, okay. I thought something else had happened. I knew that we were at the bottom of the canyon. Okay. I mean, I think I'm just going to use the telepathic bond to say to, Nightmare. I think we've finished everything we came here to do. If we could go back to the top of the mountain, cliff, butte, whatever it is, that would be greatly appreciated, Nightmare.
I suppose I did offer a trip. Might as well get you back.
Thank you,
Like
Nightmare.
She'll make her way over. Not punching the river, but I'm just gotta get the token down here.
Ah!
Alrighty. Now you may fly and move yourselves up there as you wish. And if you happen to be standing near her when she returns to the material plane, then you can go back with her as well.
Yes, definitely going to try and stay with her.
As this is a fairly predictable and possibly expected result, it's certainly not difficult for you guys to return, but that is certainly the flavor of which you are returned.
I just go over to the dome and look sadly at it.
Alright, so we need a new dome.
Through the telepathic link, I'll say, did you find anything interesting?
To the telepathic link, I'll respond. We were able to confirm that it was a agent of Vecna. We saw something very strange on our way down. A person wearing unusual clothing seemed to be examining the body. And as we approached in the ethereal plane, they seemed to notice us, which should be quite impossible, and they vanished.
Well, not quite impossible. There are many spells that let you see into the ethereal, but
The vanishing, on the other hand.
all that is just strange in general. Or the full set of circumstances is strange, I suppose I should say.
Well, I suppose then, to qualify the impossibility, I would ask you, how long does the invisibility spell last?
Hang on, I can't remember. I think it's an hour. I need to look it up. There is not a long pause. Yes. Well, see, invisibility lasts an hour. However, I can choose. Or I guess I should say there are other things that would allow you to see into the ethereal that could be longer lasting.
Mm.
what's going on in the tent.
Strange interactions with those tiles, apparently.
Yeah, they are. Ah!
Okay.
I did not cover as much of that tent as I would have hoped.
You covered as much as you physically could.
Yeah.
Though, in this, the base of that tent is a full 5 feet, but it's a tent, so I'm just gonna say they're in it because tent wolves are not remotely that thick.
Yeah.
I tried to line these people up in the corners of the tent to have them actually be on the tiles, but apparently there's a tiny little pole on the corner of these corner pieces that makes them entirely useless.
Yeah.
Unless I teleport there.
It is interesting. There's a lot of just dead space between that pole and where the actual corner of the tent is.
It might not be. I think perhaps the additional height from the little tile at the bottom might be assisting that, because there's also extra protrusions on the poles higher up. But I can't say for certain without some further testing. That's the wrong button. Still the wrong button. Alright. Have those 4 be asleep because they didn't bother to get up. Can I make all 4 of them get knocked down at the same time? I can. So, is there more discussion to be had, or is there perhaps finding a place to sleep to be had? Sleep in quotations, obviously.
There we go. Comfy.
Alright.
You breakdancing, Mel?
You were.
I was
Started it.
trying to get my head oriented at that backpack.
Oh, I see.
And it was being rude.
Yeah. If you want to just sleep on the ground outside, I'm probably gonna want Constitution saves to just try and ignore the heat while you sleep.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's a thing.
Somebody decided to exclude us.
Alternatively, one thing you guys would spot is that there is a tent that has not been set up that likely belongs to Dragonborn.
Aurelian, do you want to set up a tent with me?
Do you wanna build a tent, man?
Come on, I've got to sleep.
I'd join in, but I don't actually know the lyrics to do so.
We always fight things every day. But we don't pay for anything we buy.
Wait, what?
I mean...
You say he's a thief.
I'm gonna go with we're building a tent. Since he has arranged himself next to me.
Yeah, hold on.
I just had a moment of, wait, do adventure packs really not come with tents? And they really don't come with tents.
They
Nope.
don't. Like,
That's so
take
rude.
Tents take a lot of space and weight.
Still.
Not to mention they're
Just
expensive.
sleep under the stars, man.
Or,
So,
the boiling hot sun.
I would like some.
Technically, the sun is a star, so I'm not wrong.
Yeah, well.
I'll give him points for that one.
Points.
Anyways, I would like some dex checks from both of you. They'll be fairly minor, but you're trying to set up like a 4 or more person tent with 2 people.
I'm super good at dex. That's a natural 1.
Oh, is that are we setting up a 4-person tent?
The only thing that's here.
I have a 2-person tent.
You own a tent?
You have a tent? What's on the back of holding?
Why?
But no,
Aurelion's really strong.
upon you saying that, I actually recall this coming up before. So, yeah, you have a 2-person tent you can set up if you like.
Do we still have to roll my natural 1 for it?
No, you don't, because that's for the right number of people. And tents aren't that difficult to set up.
Huzzah!
So long as they're not, massive.
We sleep in comfort and style. Or trance,
and
but whatever.
Well, since we're pretty much going to just skip through this, I'm not going to build a 2-person tent, so I was really just going to copy the other one. But yeah, so that happens. As you're setting up the tent, you'll see Nightmare kind of nibbling on any leftovers she can find from either camp's efforts at cooking. Or things that might have been left out by accident, or whatever else. With that said, you guys are able to rest through the day relatively undisturbed. There's still, of course, the noises of nature going on, but nothing out of the ordinary. At least you don't hear anything that strikes you as alarming or potentially dangerous.
Alrighty. So we have the benefit of a long rest now.
That is correct. You guys may have a long rest.
Huzzah!
I'm useful again!
As soon as the rest is fully accomplished. I know we only need the 4 hours, but we still want to pass the terrible portion of the day.
Yep.
Not to mention the Dragonborn and other assorted non-elves.
Yep.
Thoroughly passed out still.
But I
Nightmare
think...
as well.
No, that's right, because you have to hold up that thing for them, so I guess I'll just wait it out.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
You are.
Yeah, you can play Cards with Aurelion.
I mean, I could, let it drop and recast it with you guys in it, but...
Is it a ritual spell?
I think they would notice. Yeah, it is.
I don't think they would notice.
I don't really have it prepared.
If it was a ritual spell,
I
why
don't
didn't we
think
do
they
that before?
Because...
I assumed it wasn't a ritual spell, that's why I let it go.
Because the sun is hot.
I knew it was the whole time.
For 10 minutes!
Yep.
Says the girl who sleeps all day and didn't notice that it got hot in her apartment.
I am sleeping inside an air-conditioned apartment. I think it would be very different if it went from, 71 degrees to suddenly 100 degrees. But at any rate...
I am less convinced.
I thought you guys knew. There was also the issue of having to just generally reassemble. Because the spell fails if there's more than 9 people in it. So if I end up with with all 4 of them inside the tent in it still.
You just move yourself over 10 feet so that you're not including the tent.
Oh yeah. It's fine. You guys are fine. No one's dead.
Aurelion, I suggest we mutiny.
Are we spelling magic now? Is that what's happening?
mean, I haven't said any of this in character. Unless you know it's a ritual spell, in which case you would have also known it was a ritual spell earlier. Also, I did tell you I was completely out of slot, so how did you think I was casting it?
Mutiny!
No, I take no responsibility for this.
I have a shovel.
To think
Dig underneath it.
We bury her.
again. Never again will I feel bad.
So how shitty was our stay in the tent, since it doesn't have air conditioning?
It was not nearly as pleasant as with the dome. However, it does keep enough of the heat off of you that is certainly bearable and won't require any checks or things to get your full rest. But it would certainly not be your first choice. Or probably even your 5th.
So now it's like, what,
Okay,
6
guys.
p.m., 8 p.m., 6 p.m., somewhere in there?
Depends on if you're wanting to jump to when the 8-hour people get up, or just when the elves start having some free time in their hands.
I think that, if Aurelion is up for it, I'd just pass the next 4 hours playing cards with him. That way...
Oh my god, you guys! I can come to the corner of it. And I can reach outside the thing. And play cards like that too.
Yeah, but then they have to be outside the tent.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay.
And also, that's so cheating, because, we can't even see you, so perfect poker face.
And also,
I can stick my face at it if you want.
Why would you? It's the greatest advantage.
Well, if I'm gonna be
Although,
called a
hilariously,
cheater-
I believe that the cards have to stay outside.
They do.
Because they can't
they
pass
do.
through.
Yep.
You'd have to
True.
you could try making a little divot at the base to just slide them under.
Just imagine dealing cards, just
True.
flinging cards at people and just having them bounce off the dome when we try to hand them to send them at Mel.
I imagine it kind of like one of those bank teller windows where it's like that little dip.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same.
Anyway. No, we'll skip to the end of the 8 hours and assume that Aurelion and I had a good time together over in our stupid little tent. Sorry, I'm glad you had a tent. It's not stupid, Aurelion.
I always have a tent.
It's a good idea. I don't think I do. Let me check.
I know.
It is in fact a good idea. He is just salty. He has to be in the heat.
Yeah, I am. I think that's reasonable.
Yep.
I have a healer's kit. I don't have a tent. Wait. No, I don't have a tent. I have a tinderbox. Wait, that's in my backpack. What's in the bag of holding? Not a tent. Okay. Keep my diamonds in the bag of holding. I have a barrel! I forgot about that. What's in that barrel? It's water. There's water in that barrel. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I remember that water barrel.
It's a good idea, because we're in the desert.
Indeed.
And whenever you need to do some barrelmancy.
Yeah, no. This isn't divinity. I'm not doing any barrelmancy. But man,
Sorry.
have I done a little bit of it in divinity. I've got a...
And Baldur's
wow.
Gate, I expect.
I forgot
too.
we had all those. Okay, so we've got 4 greater potions, 2 superior potions. I've got a scroll of revivify, Another greater potion? Okay, I have another greater potion. Oh, we just got it off that guy. Okay, so 8 hours pass. Everybody's getting up. The dome is allowed to be dropped.
Yep.
The dome drops as soon as the rest of them are awake.
Okay. We're putting our tent away. I'm helping Aurelion put his tent away.
Yes. My tent.
Okay. I'll buy my own. Jesus.
For how much?
I don't know. Whatever they charge me. Got like 1,000 gold. Do you think it'll cost 1,000 gold? I give him 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold.
What?
So it cost you 1,000 gold.
Yeah, it probably would. I'm a problem. Anyway, so
I'll buy the tent for you if you want.
I think I would prefer to just be in the dome next time. It was not super pleasant out there.
She'll just nod.
I wish it was a ritual spell, that way it would not have cost you anything to cast it again.
She kind of freezes and just blinks at you.
Rolling insight.
And then her head kind of tips off to the side.
Ooh, the dice wants me to see through you. That was an 18 on dice, my insight. Insight. How do you spell insight? There it is. That's a 25.
Just say, please don't ask me for spelling advice.
I mean, I don't care about rolling, but I guess I have to, right?
I mean,
I mean, if you just want, like, if you just want him to know, then not really know.
Yeah, no, you see right through me. I decided to roll for funsies, and it was a 3.
Well, that beats a 25.
But I mean, she just kind of looks confused. I forgot what I was going to say in response.
Seeing straight through this, there was that kind of, pained and wishful, like, whimsical expression that he had, like, if only that, you just sort of see that flatten out. And he goes, I see. We did,
How did you think I cast it in the first place? I told you I was completely spent.
There were quite many things on my mind at the time, like the fact that we had Fedora Vecna trying to kill me because I follow Illustre. I did not remember that you are completely out of spell slots. Do you know if I was completely out of spell slots?
You did not tell me one way or another if you were.
I don't even remember. I was hoping you could tell me. In any event, as I told you earlier, we found the body, divided as Vecnian. It had some items on it that could be useful to us moving forward. There was Kyoton's ointment, which is like a healing salve. Let's see, each action is like a level 2 cure wound spell. What?
Well, I had told you what those were at the end of the session out of character last time. You had yet to actually figure out what they were. I just had told you what they were, so in case I had forgotten what I gave you.
Then in that case, what I say is, there are some magical items that look like they might be helpful. Would you please identify them for us?
A spear and a kind of viscous, goopy substance, jar.
It might be food.
She just nods and holds out a hand for, whichever you're gonna give her.
I will start
First.
with the food. He's gonna hold on to the javelin and play with it while you're, identifying.
Do you throw it?
I'm identifying food?
It's a jar with some paste inside it, and he said
Oh.
it might be food.
Okay.
Kind of
Okay.
almost not like a slightly see-through white paste thing. Yeah. Think Vaseline or like
Vicks
Oh.
Vapo Rub. Anyway,
God.
that's what it
I actually
is.
wanted to add something to your insight. She does feel a little bit bad. And, already did. There was confusion on her face, but, an undercurrent of, feeling a little bit guilty. But at any rate, identifying the paste.
Yes, he had said nothing further after, he realized that it was a ritual and it could have been recast. He just said, I see. And carried on.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to add that.
Reasonable. Mac and cheese.
What?
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 I'm probably not throwing it. That would be dangerous. I'm just, testing it out, using it as a melee spear. Seeing, how it feels.
Oh, I see. You're playing with the spear.
He's playing with the spear.
well, it feels like a spear.
Cool.
But it does have notable markings along the haft, I think is the word for it.
Javelin. Well, according to this... Wait, is a javelin a simple weapon?
I believe so. It's a simple melee weapon with the best thrown property.
Javelinsky... Proficient, yes. Okay, yeah, I am proficient with it. Sweet. Anyway, so, she identify.
She identify.
So, sorry to have interrupted your description of it earlier, but since you have it, if you want to tell her what it does or the name to look it up by, because I'm
Sure.
with copying things over.
As I said, it is Keatom's ointment. It's a
How the
glass...
fuck do you spell that?
Keoghtom.
There's technically a open license version, I think, just called Healing Ointment or something like that as well.
It's a
But
glass
I assume
jar,
it's-
3 inches in diameter, contains 1d4 plus 1 doses of a thick mixture that smells faintly of aloe.
Oh,
Jar and its
right.
contents weigh roughly 1/2 pound. As an action, 1 dose of the ointment can be swallowed or applied to the skin. The creature that receives it regains 2d8 plus 2 hit points, ceases to be poisoned, and is cured of any disease.
Okay, I tell you guys all that.
That sounds very helpful. Something to supplement my healing. That's like a second level cure wound spell, nearly.
What was the plus for the D4 for the
1.
doses? All right, it has 4 doses.
Decent.
Oh gosh darn it! Let's find that.
I will accept the jar back and hand you the javelin.
And I will identify the javelin.
Well, the javelin is called the Javelin of Lightning. It's a very cool little thing. It doesn't require attunement. When you swing it, its damage is 1d6 plus strength modifier. But the cool thing about it is that you can throw it like any javelin, but when you do, and say a special magic word, it turns into a bolt of lightning that can strike out 5 feet wide and 120 feet long, and hit everybody in between you and the ending target. Everybody other than you and the ending target have to make a dexterity saving throw or take 46 lightning damage. And then it turns back into a javelin at the end and stabs into the person, hopefully, that you threw it at. And then they will also take 46 lightning damage, but they don't get to make the other save that just goes against their AC.
Yep. Casting Identify will teach you will tell you what the command word is, not necessarily what it means, though, as it is a word in Celestial. I don't believe you speak that.
I hope it translates to Sparky Sparky Boom Throw.
I will do my best to repeat the word. Well,
you repeat the word while holding the javelin. It turns into lightning in your hand. You're like, oh shit.
I'm gonna hand it back and explain all that and do my best to repeat the command word.
Ooh.
With the caveat that I do not speak Celestial, so this is my best approximation.
Wait a minute. I do! Derek, what's it mean?
I've been trying to decide if I wanted to pick something or if I just wanted to let you run with it. You seem to be having fun, so if you want to pick something, go for it.
Sparky Sparky Boom Throw! I'm happy.
Alright, 1 second. I dropped a die. I have to go grab it.
If only I could find the die that I dropped! I'm really surprised my feet haven't found it yet, though.
It's there somewhere.
Somewhere beyond the sea.
Somewhere waiting to stab you in the foot.
Well, I was gonna say somewhere waiting for my feet.
Six.
I don't remember the rest of the lyrics, so I can't make
Your
up.
D4 stands on golden sands and watches the feet, 'cause it's creepy.
Okay.
Oh dear.
You've got a creeper die.
What?
What?
I heard creeper die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, creepers, they die when they
Ghosts.
explode. Yeah, that's the one. Let's see, add to my notes. Attacked by orcs, led by Incognito Vecnian. Obtained healing salve and lightning javelin.
Do you say anything in response to the keyword?
I think he's going to be like kind of appreciating the weapon in his hand, and then there's just going to be this pause, like where there's like that little loading wheel. Wait, seriously?
Yes? I mean, again, I don't speak Celestial, so I could be mispronouncing it.
Just one more time.
I will repeat it.
I
It's
mean,
probably a little less good than the first time.
your pronunciation is a little flat, but I don't think there is another phrase it could be mistaken for. I think that it is good. That is, and I will just sort of explain the proper way to pronounce it without ever translating it.
Okay then.
It does not require attunement, so any of us could use it at any time. So I shall simply, attach it to the backpack here, strapping it to the side of my backpack. So if somebody wants to use it, you just grab it from me. Is that acceptable, Aurelian? Aurelion?
Oh no, he's dead.
Aurelion has
Oh,
died.
I was muted.
Oh.
Oh, does it actually function like a lightning bolt spell in that it ignites flammable objects in the area?
It doesn't say that it does that, so I'm gonna go with probably
Good.
not. It just says verbatim. When you hurl it and speak its command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 4d6 lightning damage on a failed save and half as much on a successful save. The lightning bolt turns back into a javelin when it reaches the target. Make a ranged weapon attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes damage from the javelin, which is the 1d6 plus strength modifier, plus 4d6 lightning damage.
Jeez.
That's all. It's a pretty strong hit, but it can't be done again until the next dawn. So you can only do that once a day. Plus, it's stuck in them. Like, it doesn't automatically return to you, like magic thrown weapons in 4E.
I do miss that.
Yeah, but at least they can't lightning bolt it back at you.
That's true. It does mean
true.
they can't lightning bolt it back at you.
But it does mean that should whoever you throw it at get hit and survive, you better hope you catch him before they book it.
Alright, it's been, what, three days since I used Divine Intervention now? This is the third day?
Let's see. When did you...
I think I
use
did
Dragon?
it to get us here, right? That's what I used it for?
No,
I
you
thought
used
it was
to,
against the
used it to
dragon.
basically- Yeah, it was for like hold monster or earthbind on the dragon.
Oh, okay.
Something that kept it from fleeing.
So, I still think that was 2 days ago.
So there was basically the day in town, then there was the day in the canyons with the Cyclops.
Yeah, those.
Okay, so this is the 4th day, then.
And then there was today. So this should be the 3rd day, I think. Cause
Okay.
there was the day in town, the day of the Cyclopses, and then today.
Was...
Well, I guess... Well,
But was the Cyclops yesterday or the day before yesterday? Because I thought that yesterday was just traveling, and that the Cyclops was the day before that.
You're right. Because, I was thinking, like... Yeah. Those were the 3 days I mentioned are ones that have ended, so this is the start of the 4th.
Okay. Alright, we're on the same page. Yeah, so I'm just saying that I'm making the weapon... I'm putting it in a place where anybody could potentially reach it if they come to me, and I'm asking if that sounds acceptable, since technically any of us could potentially use it. You have to use strength to throw it.
Ha 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 ha.
I said potentially.
Ha 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 ha. That would be cute.
Because it's thrown, but it's not light, so you have to use strength. But I mean, it's special daily power, like, for everybody else that's caught in it, that's just a DC 13 dex save, so that's unaffected by how good you are at throwing it.
Yeah. And if you ever need to specifically hit that spot as a perk of using it, it will always hit at least the square you're aimed at, just because it has to align part of it to function.
Yeah. Just might stick into the ground next to your target.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like 5 feet away from it.
Yeah. So, Aurelion, you good with that, or do you want to be the one holding it? I don't care. I just think it's a pretty neat thing that can be used as a backup ranged attack. Maybe it would be better if you held it, since I think you rely mostly on your rapier.
Can I see the description of the thing?
Yeah, I can screenshot it, but also if you just want to add it to your items as well, so it's just listed on both our sheets. It's called the Javelin of Lightning.
Oh, yeah. Inventory.
I copied just its daily power. Sorry. I should have copied the rest as well.
Out of curiosity, is it? I've sent them up to look right now. Is it recharge on rest or on dawn?
It just says dawn.
Okay.
And considering that we travel through the night, that means we could potentially use it twice a day.
Yeah. It's
Well,
true. That's
no.
That's why
We can use it twice a day the first time, and then after that it'll be once a day, and only if we're fighting after
Yeah, but
dawn.
if it sits for like a day,
Yeah.
wait, doesn't like pretty much any day it doesn't get used, there's a chance it might get used twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I asked, because some items rest, sometimes it's dusk, sometimes it's dawn.
Yeah.
Back to that message training. Alright, so the camp will get up and moving. Is there anything else you guys are looking to do in this scene?
We got those things identified. I have shared all of the information that we had with Melisari, so she's caught up. I think I'm satisfied. Everybody else?
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
I believe so. Other than, maybe noshing on some breakfast. With our friends.
Hell yeah. I have
Alright.
friends for once, for the first time in my life. That's not true.
Since it is effectively just a line of text on a sheet at the moment, if I don't want it to be forgotten, do keep in mind the scroll in your possession.
Yep.
Alrighty. Oh, portents rolls, please.
Oh, yeah. Cool. 13 and 16.
Excellent. Alright. Sorry, I'm mildly distracted. I'm trying to copy something over that is game related. So, we'll get up and moving. I can have them move if there's a particular discussion you're wanting to have, or just general chatter. Or I can start constructing the next scene, if you like.
I don't have any chatter in my mind at the moment.
Although I suspect I feel some silent judgment.
I mean, if you do, it's all you. Like he said, he moved on from it very quickly. There are no outward signs that he's still thinking about it.
One question I will ask, since this may have been lost in session transition, does anyone care to talk to or comment talk to Nightmare or comment on Nightmare's assistance, minor though it may have been.
Yeah, I mean, I thanked her, but I suppose telepathically, you would just make sure that Melisari was aware. So telepathic being everybody, just be like, oh yes, we should definitely make sure to find some good food for Nightmare, who is instrumental in getting us down to the bottom of the canyon and bringing us back up unharmed.
And killing that guy.
And killing that guy, so... You know, I think that she has earned a great deal of respect and gratitude. I think that, you know, if you two are interested in discussing what we use this scroll for, I think that she should be heavily considered.
Melisari's studying you intently, but nods.
Sensing that there is curiosity there, he'll shrug his shoulders and say, I do not know what the cost of such a wish is, but I do know that it is a massive thing for which I have not planned out all of everything else, the logistics or anything like that. So I think that returning Nightmare to the unicorn, Pegasus form, would be a much less risky wish to make, and it would allow her to get back to whatever life she wishes to live immediately. And I'm okay if I continue to work in Illustrati's name, bringing about change in a more natural, much slower way. I think it is worthwhile to consider that use of the wish. I still want to use it for my purpose, but I would not be at all against using it for Nightmare. Sometimes change lasts longer when you work for it as opposed to wishing for it. He seems to settle into that and nod to himself like, yeah, that sounds right.
Melisari will say nothing, but nod again. Actually, no, she will say that. I think that's wise. And I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. Because, like, that could come across as sounding kind of condescending, right? But she means it sincerely. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There is one thing I will say. You have the benefit of telepathy. It is possible, with effort, to communicate feelings directly. If
Yes.
that is something the characters desire to do.
Yes. And she will do that. There's a sense of Pride's not quite the right word, but I don't know. Anyway,
I think that in response, he will simply radiate into the telepathic bond a sense of understanding and acceptance. Attempt at comforting, like, okay, I believe I understood what you meant, and I am not offended by anything.
On a side note, assuming Milsari at some point, perhaps while she was just waiting awake in the dome, takes time to look through the spell shard, I have sent you the list of all the spell formula you'll find with it.
oh yeah.
There are a couple I might want to direct you to for roleplay reasons. Specifically, the second to last one in the level 4s and the last one in level 30s.
Oh dear.
Both of the summoning spells.
Oh dear. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Should any of them have a material component that requires a cost, you will have been able to probably just keep them from the original owner's component pouch.
And I still need to take the time and the gold to actually learn
so
them,
you
right?
take time
It's
and
just
gold
basically a scroll.
to put them in your own form, but you can at least identify what spells are in this thing. Well, I guess not put them in your form, more or less edit them to your own form. As they wouldn't be taking additional space. Yeah. Some of these will overlap with spells you already know, but I wasn't building this as a shopping list for you. I was trying to just build this as a spell list for the combatant.
Yeah.
And I think I'll go back through and asterisk any of the ones that were previously off limits. Sorry to kind of interrupt there. I'm trying to finish it.
Yeah. I don't remember what I was doing.
You were learning spells, or thinking about learning spells.
Well, eventually.
I mean, as long as you're in the caravan, you'll have about 4 hours every night.
Yeah, but it's money too.
I mean, yeah, but at least you have the time. In
I
the Tuesday
don't
game,
know.
we have the money.
I don't think we have the money. I think it's just going to be too expensive. We definitely don't have
I hate
1,000 gold.
You're the worst.
That's just enough to cover you one level 9 spell. Or is it 50 per? I don't know.
It's 100 per unless it's in your school. Then it's 50 per.
Oh, right, and then I have a way to make it even less.
Because you
Yes,
get them
that is the primary benefit.
The classes
Universal
glasses.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember if the item says it or not, but you would at least know from what you've heard of them previously, that they have different benefits for wizards of different schools.
Yeah.
But you just don't get to know them, and also don't want to rate them since you're using them.
I feel so fancy.
And also, when the items were identified, was that ritual casting? Was that regular casting? Was it item using?
Always ritual. Unless I need to do it very quickly, then it's item.
Yeah, but that's only 20 minutes. It was only 2 items.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that I had the proper idea of what was happening.
Yep.
Alright. So, my interruptions aside, I believe after some implied morning chatter, you guys are looking to head out at this point?
Uh-huh.
I believe so.
Alright. So, let me double check the map and my timeline. Think you're at. Because if so, then I have not prepared it, which makes me mildly sad. But that these things happen because building cities just so much time. That's
Wait, what?
traveling from there, roughly there, 4 days. It was a 7-day trip. Slight trip there, so yeah. Roll me some. Well, I guess I'll start with this first. One thing that will come up during the morning chatter, or I guess evening chatter, is that you guys will be arriving in Cloudspire today. Should things go according to
Cloudspire was the tiefling settlement in the bay?
No, that is much farther to the north, and more to the east as well. Cloudspire is the Silver Dragon's home, and like the other major city of the area, and just happens to be halfway, more or less halfway between Arcosia and the.
So this is
camp
Jezreel's
that we go to.
home.
That's correct.
Okay.
I forgot the name for a moment.
Is the caravan stopping here?
It will be stopping there for a short time.
Oh, is this where they were ending and we were continuing on without them, or are they going to continue on with us? I've forgotten.
That's where you're left with a choice. You can choose to wait there a day or so, and then like a day or two, and then resume with the expedited travel, or just try and make your way there on your own. Perhaps try and catch a different caravan, maybe rent animals from this place, so it's less of a distance.
Also, they were paying us, I believe, right?
That is correct. It was
some gold per day, I think it was.
That's correct. And I will get back to you with that next session when I can look it up between sessions, since I know that was set on camera.
Yep. That was when I showed them I could heal by stabbing myself.
Indeed. That was, in fact, a choice.
And I was not there for that.
Nope.
So I have no idea.
They wanted to give us, some paltry amount of money, and I was like, that's probably fair. However, I just was like, stab, heal. I can do this. Can other mercenaries do that?
The expensive kind can.
I'm the expensive kind.
Indeed. Anyone capable of divine intervention is the expensive kind.
Those guys are all regular mercenaries. We're high class mercenaries.
I
we
mean,
won't tell them that I'm not currently capable of divine intervention.
we're high class.
but yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
I don't know.
Hun.
I don't remember. Escorts. That
There
was the
it
word I was
is.
gonna use.
Amazing. You got there.
For a bit of
Terrible.
luck and clever use of terrain, you kick the butts of a group of 4 people that are only 2 levels lower than you.
I think it was also me just being obnoxious with silence and deciding
Yeah.
I have 3 second level spell slots. I'm committing all of them to silence.
Well, yes, like in my mind, that's part of the clever use of terrain. 'Cause, like, they were stuck on a place with few avenues of movement.
Yeah.
Had you had to assault that with them just bombarding spells at you, that would have sucked. But you turned their advantage into their grave.
They made a grave mistake in attacking us.
Is it grave because they're
All right,
dead?
lose inspiration.
I think I already have it.
That's why I said lose, not gain.
Ah, rude.
I'm kidding. But a little cheering here and there never, well, at least never goes amiss for me. If I go too far, feel free to let me know.
One who sticks out in darkness is fluorescent. Lose 50 experience.
What?
In the game.
I think he's quoting probably the gamers or something.
Yes.
Alright. So, I would like you guys to roll me some perception, assuming you're keeping an eye out.
Somebody's gonna.
Guess I could keep an eye out. Perception? It's not gonna go well. 17.
15. Anyone else?
I just cannot currently roll. I had to step away from the computer.
Would you like me to roll for you?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. That's a 9 on die. Go pull up your sheet.
I think she's got a passive of 16.
Yep, she does indeed. Would you like to do anything to your roll of a 9? Replace it with a portents? Apply inspiration?
Nah, it's okay.
Alright, so passive of 16. Aurelion, what about you? For the record, you people can
Passive
be doing
13.
other things. 13, alright. Well, then to Nolan and Melisari, it's not the easiest thing to spot. At least not at a distance. But as your caravan's rolling through the night, you'll spot what seems to be smoke blotting up the, well, not blotting up, but causing the stars to flicker up ahead. And not too long after, start to see the glow of a sizable fire. It's a bit of a ways off, but it does seem to be ahead of you on your route.
How much farther are we still from Cloudspire?
Farther than that.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
I assume that gives you the information you want.
And at this point, we haven't yet arrived at Cloudspire. Is it potentially Cloudspire that's on fire?
No, Melsar, or at least Kate, just inquired after that.
Alright, my brain was not in the right place.
You'll be like Cloudspire is kind of like what you'll be making it like just as like it starts turning today, pretty much. And so it's not yet close enough for it to be that, but there does seem to be something burning up ahead.
Okay. Looks like we should prepare for trouble.
And make it double?
Every time. Never any less than double. Leon is supposed to agree. Let's say that's right. So move to the head of the caravan and ask if whatever we're seeing is normal.
Alright. You're able to do so. And I don't know which one of them will probably be responding at this point, but one of the drivers will inform you that's not normal. Although he doesn't, he, she, they, whatever it might be at this time, is not aware of anything, like at least any settlements that would be burning. So he's not, so like, they're not quite sure what it might be.
Can I estimate how far off it is?
You can roll me an intelligence check. What feats do you have? You have keen mind, right?
Yes.
Please says you're going with
I've also
puzzles
got
and things.
the glasses that I think...
Did I include a rangefinder function in
There-
those?
No, I mean, no, but I can see more clearly, I think, at a distance. But there's also, you have that spyglass, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. I remember I spent money purchasing a very nice one.
But anyway,
Alright.
I will make an intelligence check.
If you make... Alright, so... Yeah. Those will help you spot things, but to actually know the distance, like that's
Yeah.
more math.
Just straight intelligence.
Intelligence, with proficiency, I'm gonna say from keen mind.
Cool.
So it's supposed to
That
make it
is
good at puzzles and things.
17.
17. Alright. I'm gonna take a good distance because I'm trying. Being honest here, I'm kind of winging this at this point. But less than a mile. Like if you were to take an animal or to just start running, you could certainly make it there to try and help if something's wrong. But that is assuming that the fire started recently. But given the size of the glow, it's likely as the burn seems to be rather large. However, if you wish to use your glasses or spyglass, or perhaps both to use, you might actually be able to make it out at this distance.
Alright. Well, I can certainly yoink out the spyglass and be like, "Heh,
Well,
this is why I got this little sticky
I can see up to 1 mile away with no difficulty.
you."
Yep. You both can.
We're magical.
But are you
Well-
an eagle barbarian?
Not quite.
Just has magic glasses that let her zoom.
Zoom.
Enhance! Enhance!
Zoom.
That's
I do hope I called it
Oh,
that.
yeah, you did.
Okay, good. I'm glad I know myself well enough to know that I fixed that.
Enhance. Yeah, that's not. I can't enhance anymore. That's not how this works. There's only so much data to use. Alright, so, spyglass. What do we see with our special eyes?
You'll see a smaller caravan desperately trying to put out flames, and even in some places where it looks like they've snuffed it out, they come roaring back to life. Just pretty much as soon as they start directing their attention at other blazes.
I do not like the look of that. It seems a group not unlike ours.
And while they do have guards, none of them seem to be up to your combat prowess.
Caliber?
Wow, I can tell that from
Caliber.
here. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, you're seeing like basic spears and things, not like chainmail, not plate.
And obviously no dad stash, because that would be the giveaway.
Oh,
I mean, clearly.
Alright, we should have the driver keep this caravan back, well out of the range of any flying sparks. We don't want that fire problem to become our fire problem. And also, I don't know, probably I'm getting a feeling here, Miss Melisari, are you feeling that vibe as well?
Depends on what vibe you're feeling.
I don't know, it's being a caravan in distress. It feels like a trap.
Everything feels like a trap.
Well, then you are also getting that feeling. We are on the same page. In that case, I don't know, perhaps one of us should stay with this caravan. I could do that, while the others move up to see if we can render aid and find out if it is a trap or not, by springing it on them. Perhaps, actually, if it's a trap to be sprung, you would like to remain with this caravan and protect it, Miss Melisari? I don't want to speak for you or make assumptions. I want to give you options.
I do have the teleportation to join you quickly if... Well, I have the teleportation to join you quickly in either direction and can bring someone with me.
So, it could be useful to escape with Aurelian should a trap be snapped. Or with
She looks apprehensive,
me.
but will nod her assent.
I'm simply saying I think two can move up and one can stay here. I just don't know who should be where. I have these thoughts, but you know, I am open to any and those suggestions. I am new to the surface.
Well, whatever we do, we should do it quickly.
Indeed.
And so I suppose with that, she'll start moving forward and say, Aurelion. Unless you would prefer to stay back.
Where am I?
I don't know what I can do for them, unfortunately, but
You have ice power, yes?
it's only so effective against fire, but yes.
Hey. He'll unlash the bag of holding from his belt and hold it out and say, There is the barrel of water in here. I can always refill it, I think. I can create water to do that.
She'll nod thoughtfully.
Be without water for a day. That should be alright. We're going to a city.
We'll also be in Cloudspire soon. So.
No, that's what I mean. What, is it not a city? Perhaps I misspoke?
No, you did. Sorry, I misheard.
It's okay. I did that earlier, so we're even.
2 peas in a pod.
Yeah, we all have like water skins, right? I don't. It doesn't actually say. I actually don't have it in my inventory, but that's a thing that we would just have, isn't it?
Those are part of Explorers and Adventurer packs.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
good.
hold like a half gallon of water.
Oh, there it is. Well, oh wait, no, that's a flask. That's not quite the same. Well, regardless, we'll refill those for everybody, and then yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
So we'll spend a minute or two filling up water skins so that we have fresh water on us. And then let her take the bag of holding with the barrel of water inside it, in case they need it.
Yep.
So, have you been keeping that thing filled with any potentially extra spell slots? Or have you guys been kind of draining it over the course of the trip?
I imagine it's just been draining over the course of the trip.
Sure. You've had occasional access to fresh water. That you could have filled it at. Would you have wanted to?
I mean, the thing was already like 20 gallons of water. And like a gallon of water is probably going to sustain 10 people for a day. And it's only been 4 days, so it's probably still got like 16, 15, somewhere a little above 10 gallons left, I imagine.
Yep,
So even if it's not full, like even if we never filled it up, I think it's probably got enough water to make a difference.
It does. I am... normally I wouldn't be bothering, but there is some amount of relevance in how much there is.
Okay. If we never filled it up, my hard guess, my conservative estimate is going to be that there's 14 gallons in it.
Yep. And that sounds reasonable. My question is, at least back when you guys took refuge in the cave and had to deal with the dust devils, there was a river there. Would you have wanted to fill it up then?
If it was fresh, I mean, I think I know that I can purify. It should be on my spell list, even if it's not currently prepared. It would be one of those things that I can just use a spell slot in a day doing. Do I purify? Alright. Purify.
I think it's under food and drink. I think purify food and drink, something like that.
I have create and destroy water, which actually create and destroy water I do have prepared. So that allows me to literally just drop a first level spell slot and make 10 gallons.
You can also have it rain. Make it rain, Roland!
It's still just 10 gallons worth of rain, but yes, you can do that.
Cast it.
I don't have Purify prepared currently. Where is Manage? That's what I want to be looking at. Known spells of first level. Purify food and drink. Yeah, that's one that I don't have prepared currently, but I can prepare, at the end of our next long rest. It's something that I could have done at any time if we just added water and just say, nobody touch this until I purify it, and then the next time I can prepare spells, purify it.
Alright. Then I'd say that would give it another couple gallons, so let's call it 16.
Okay.
With the fact that I've gone out the water barrel, this from a simple thing I can probably run in a few minutes to... Crap, I might have to just wait till next week now.
Oh, before you take off, I am gonna drop a second level spell slot. Actually, I'm gonna drop a 5th level spell slot. And, give everybody aid, so please, add, max HP modifier plus 20.
That's sensible.
Yeah, I was gonna do it when we got up, but we kinda got into the discussion and I forgot. But...
Out of curiosity, I think it can target more than 3 people.
let's see. It says... Allies choose up to 3 creatures.
Oh, well, then never mind. It's
Yeah.
exactly 3.
We're perfect.
I'm used to Baldur's Gate, which is screwy.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate lets you hit everybody in a range. But this is just 3. I kind of want to believe it's 4, like that it's 3 in addition to you, but it doesn't say that. It just says choose 3 creatures.
I think, for my own game, I might just say that's 4, because, like, 4 is the standard party. Having even one short, that's just frustrating.
Just mean.
So, yeah, I'm going to call that 4. So if you want to target any of the civilians or nightmare or something, go for it.
Yeah. And upcasting only changes how many hit points it gives, and it doesn't even add targets.
Yeah. So, actually, I think being a more fun house rule would be like for every 2 levels it goes up, it gets an additional target.
Sure.
Because if it was 1 then that scale, that would be quite ridiculous. But
I don't even think that going up by 1 per level would be overpowered, but it's totally up to you. I'm gonna just say...
regardless, I'll let you... For today, you can at least get 1 extra target, and I can tinker with it in my own time.
Yeah. Alright, I added a note. It says every 2 levels upcast adds a creature.
How does jump distance work again?
It is your... so the way jumping works normally is if you have... And this is assuming you're wanting to long jump, not high jump.
Yeah.
If you move 10 feet in a line, then you can jump a distance equal to your strength score. But only so long as you have the movement able to cover that distance.
Every foot you jump is still reducing your movement for the turn.
Yeah.
It's not free movement.
The jump spell, traditionally, just triples the amount that you're able to jump,
Yeah.
while still requiring the movement. However,
Yeah.
I have been making exceptions, in particular, for the psychic jump. But with having it kind of be a different...
Yeah, but my strength is poop, so I still run faster than I would jump, even tripling it.
But allow me to finish, please.
Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
With the psionic jump, I've been having it add to it. It's like, the theming for that one is you're basically using mind powers to boost yourself along. So having it add to the distance you're traveling makes sense to me. But I don't have it last the duration. I have it be just for a jump.
Just a single jump, that's right. So I can't just bound along anyway. Okay.
I'm trying to recall, like, I know last time I had made an action, because that was the default, but I think when I had made that initial change to it, I had allowed for it to be a bonus action for the 1 turn casting. I'm trying to remember. I think I may just do that regardless, because you guys have been using this thing a lot, and it is meant to kind of change in its abilities as things go on. So
We
if
like
you
to
wish-
talk at each other a lot.
It's true, but also, Nightmare's been making good use of the Mage Hand, and Roland has been using the jump a bit.
Yep.
So, so even if it's not what I've done before, I think that's what I'll do now as a result of the item growing. So if you want to risk potential damage from using that, as that is the other downside of having to cast it repeatedly, you could try and speed yourself along. Or if you want to make an intelligence check and just try to apply the item in a different form altogether, that'll allow.
I don't understand.
That's not the
I will
point
sum
of
up.
Christmas Land.
What?
I will sum up. There are 3 options. 1 option, run like a normal person. Option 2, run and psychically jump to cover more ground, but possibly take damage just because that's how the casting spell works. Option 3, make an intelligence check to attempt to use the item to speed you along in a different method.
I see. Yeah, sure, why not?
Psychic
Let's do
jump
that
distance is
intelligence
free distance that you get to add to your speed, so
Ooh, that's nice. That's a 21.
21. Alright, then I'll have to edit the item on D&D Beyond later. And you will have to teach the others how to do this. But I think, at least for this first casting, while I work out what I want drawback to be, I will to spend a hit die to cast Expeditious Retreat, which lets you dash as a bonus action. Or haste. Haste would be fun. I like haste.
doubles your move speed. We are getting psionic over here. We're gonna find out that we're like turning into mind flayers, aren't we?
I mean, after seeing what some of the options are in BG3, I may pull from it just because they have similar themings in what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
That came out after.
Now I just have to remember what my hit die is.
You're like, I'm not asking like to roll it for damage or anything like that. Like just specifically, like you lose a hit die, like you can't use it the next time you short rest. Like you're
Oh,
spending it
I
like
see, I
you
see,
would
I
if you were to rest.
Gotcha. Okay.
So for today, this may require some tinkering. This is just off the cuff. You may spend a hit die to cast haste.
Cool. I'll do that.
Probably once per day, because otherwise that gets kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. So for 1 minute, I double my speed.
And you have an additional action with which to dash, so you cover about 6 times the distance.
That's terrifying. So I start running.
And then she starts running.
And then I just fucking shoot off.
Some of the other 3 of you, this is referring to Nightmare as well, will feel some of the strain of her using the item in this new way. As you see her just bolt at inhuman speeds.
I think after the first like round of moving like that, though, I kind of slow down and I'm like, wow.
What, you don't want to start pure tracking?
I mean, something like that. Oh shoot, but I only have 1,000 feet until I can no longer tell you guys. A mile is very long.
It is. It's, what, 5,000 something feet?
Yeah.
5,280.
Ay. Also, I think before I get completely out of range, I will say you can probably move up the caravan a little bit.
I mean, it'll be like I said. The caravan would be only as close as it needs to be, and still outside of anywhere. Like I said, spark flight distance. Like if there's any gust of wind that could blow sparks at us, I want to be far enough away that can't reach.
All right.
Also, I will attempt to explain how I did this over the telepathic link so that maybe Aurelian can try and keep up with me.
Noom.
How fast is she moving?
What?
What'd you ask, Aurelion?
How fast?
Well, let's see. She's a base movement speed of 30, that gets doubled to 60, and she does that 3 times in a turn. So she was moving...
180.
Yeah, over 6 seconds. So 30 feet per second.
Hmm.
There's just a cloud of dust where she used to be.
See the space right here? There was a wizard right here.
This is the place where my shield would go.
Used to be.
But never mind, you don't have a shield.
Yeah, that's the smart move. Is we'll get the wizard in fast.
Yep, very smart. I mean, I can at least run away also quickly.
Let's see. So it's 5,200.
This is
feet,
terrifying.
Covering 30 feet every second. So if I divide it by 30, it takes you 176 seconds. Divide that.
Except I can only do it for a minute at a time, and then I can't move or take actions until after my next turn after that minute.
So then I guess in that case I should do 30 times 60 for the minute. Which lets you cover 1,800 feet.
Jesus. That's
But you're
almost
doing that
more
in a
than
minute.
yours. Yeah. And I stop, and I'm catching my breath, and I'm looking back at my friends that I have left behind.
Cheering you on.
Thinking to myself, all alone out here. Damn, a mile is a long distance.
Choices were made.
I'm all alone.
I can't see her
No one
past the cloud of sand she
beside
kicked
me.
up behind her. I think she's over there somewhere. Hurry up already. She's going to put out the fire without you.
Just looking
So-
back between the two.
Since Melisari did try and explain this as she ran off, and has the benefit of telepathy to try and explain it quickly, but still not enough time to explain it fully. If you want to try and follow her, I will allow for a we'll have it be either intelligence or wisdom with advantage and proficiency.
I don't remember if Portents has a range.
Nope. As
So
long as
I
it's a role
could-
that your character is even at least vaguely aware of.
it has to be made by me or a creature that I can see. And I can see him.
That's possibly debatable based on the dust cloud.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But if you want to use portents to help with this, I don't see a reason to stop you. So yeah. Erlen, do you want to try and follow in her hasty footsteps? Or are you just gonna run at your 80 a turn?
So fast. You could
Wait,
go
how would I-
240 a turn.
How am I going to follow?
Because she had used the headband to do this, has attempted to instruct you in how to do this, and is willing to use portents to more or less make sure you are capable of doing so. So you can spend a you can remove a hit die from your pool until you long rest again to cast haste.
Okay.
And there is a roll, but if you fail it, she can make you succeed.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this.
Alright, I need intelligence or wisdom, your choice, with proficiency and advantage from having been pep talked. That's not quite the right word. Advised, that's a better one.
And this would be happening after my first turn and getting however many I get away. I forgot already.
Okay. You can do better than a 13.
I can. And I think I can, with my scribe stuff, I can choose after I know the result of the...
That is correct. That was the other main benefit.
So what's the total?
What number did you
Oh wait,
get?
no, it's just after the roll. That's what the thing was. I'll just give you a 16
All right,
on die.
So a 16 plus wisdom or intelligence, your choice, plus proficiency.
That makes it a 19.
All right, that will succeed. I set it at 18.
Yay! So close. That was frightening.
Well, for you it was 20, and you only barely passed when you tried it. But
I'm special.
yeah, but you're also the first one to do it, which is why it was harder. Anyways, so you are able to cast haste, and not only catch up to you, but outpace her, just because you have higher base move speed than her.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not going to.
You're gonna keep pace with me?
Pretty much.
All right. Well, you can do that. And so we're close to time, and I would like to be able to put a bit of a map together for this encounter, both just for this encounter. So I think I'm going to want to call it there. I am sorry it was a short session. I will make sure not to be late next week.
You use a hit die without resting on D&D Beyond.
I don't know, actually. That's a good question. If that's the case, then I'll probably change the cost to something else. Let's take a quick look here.
If you don't
I mean,
click
you
the
can-
take short rest, it doesn't remember that you checked off the hit die.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always mark off that when we do take a short rest, take an extra hit die, or... There's not really a limit to short rests in the real game, so you can just hit take short rest.
Yeah, it looks like what you can do is hit short rest, remove the tick mark that says automatically apply healing with result, and then click the die and hit take short rest. Well, no, because that's going to restore... Well, do any of you have short rest abilities?
I do. I have Channel Divinity.
That's true.
But I mean, we haven't used any today, and again, short rest is an hour, and we're traveling, so it's not a big deal right now. It might be a
Yep,
big
so it's
deal
not a
at
big
some
deal.
other time.
Yeah, and that's why I'm just kind of thinking for trying to actually work out a potentially better cost option. But yeah. So I hope people have had fun.
It's always fun.
And who knows? Maybe this will be a simple help them put out the fire, or maybe it'll be a fighty rescue.
Or perhaps a bit of both.
Maybe it'll be a trap.
Or that.
And I'll
Yeah, I
be
can't help
vindicated.
but feel like there's something special about this fire.
Or perhaps you've seen the world's weirdest mirage
At
at
night.
night.
That would be unsettling.
You
Look,
know,
whether it exists, it could happen.
that time when mirages are most prevalent, when there's no sun.
Yep.
It's a mirage. Arcane.
I keep thinking about this, but it's worth saying out loud. I don't really have an effective water delivery system.
Spit.
That does not help with the barrel.
Of course you do. You have an Aurelion.
Yeah. He can just buy me a new barrel once he smashes mine on their wagon. It's fine. It costs like 10 gold or something.
Oh, dear.
Barrelmancy, barrelmancy, barrelmancy.
God damn it.
Oh wait, but I can mend things. So I could potentially put the barrel back together unless it's burnt.
Hopefully it's not burnt.
Barrelmancy.
I'll just know that I should get a
Oh,
barrel
it's
made out of
single.
metal with like a lid that opens a particular way so that it can be thrown and will spill its contents without breaking.
Yeah, mend would not work for this.
Sure, mend could work, it just might take a while.
You know,
Several
finding
casting.
all the splinters.
Yeah.
But that's why it's a cantrip. Anyway, I will end the stream.
Bye,
Bye,
stream.
stream. No, you can say too.
Nice dream.
Bye bye.